Here,
Call this meeting to order. This meeting is being recorded. And let's take attendance. We have Norm,
Here.
Mike Coombs,
Here.
Malcolm's not, Mike DeBay,
Here.
Dick Granel's here. Scotty is not, Deb,
yes,
Eric,
Yes.
and Paul Murphy is not. So we got everybody that said they're gonna come. Good. All right, and we have a quorum. So, first item on the up for bid is the minutes from 10:26. Any comments, changes?
all right, can I cut out now that you're all on? Cause
Yeah,
I have,
Right, hopefully it doesn't go away when you go away.
Enjoy yourself.
well, I wanna go have dinner, so we have dinner
Alright.
reservations.
Can you just let it run just in case?
I'm
so it
just
doesn't-
gonna let it stay on.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Have a good
All right.
time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Alrighty,
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as written.
okay,
I read 'em
Mike D
and I haven't had a.
And I'll second it, Mike.
and Mike C. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain, unanimous, and I gotta run down since we got people outside. All right, so we got Norm,
Aye.
Mike Coombs,
Aye.
Mike DeBay,
Aye.
Dick Reynolds, aye. Deb Harris,
Bye.
Eric,
Aye.
all right, affirmed. Concom update, Norm.
Concom update, we have a few items to discuss. 81 Point Grove Road was on the agenda, but it was continued without any discussion to the next meeting.
Okay,
Okay, 16 Berkshire Ave, this is the one I just talked about last time where they had replaced a wall and put up a gazebo. We had them in, they apologized, they didn't understand that they needed to get approval from anybody. But we will be collecting the contractor that did the work, and we will be writing him a nasty letter,
good.
because he should know. And
Did she get that info to you?
she was gonna, because it was a public hearing, we decided to.
Yeah,
she's
right,
gonna
I didn't know,
email
she's gonna get it to you though.
it. Yes.
Okay,
It was gonna go directly to Sabrina, and I haven't
Okay.
checked with Sabrina. Then we talked about the potential violation at 142 Berkshire Ave for reconstruction of the house fence and and what else is going on behind the fence, because you can't see. And, once again, they did not know that, at least they said they did not know that, they needed to get approval. But they need to put up an additional wall, and they will get an approval for that. Okay,
that's the one they said they were gonna do up above, it's not down at the waterfront,
Right.
It's up,
that's up above.
Where
Don't
that
they need a
drops off.
building permit for that? So
it
wouldn't they?
depends on how high,
Oh, really?
yeah, so you might wanna tell them
Building permits for what?
for the wall.
Yeah, but their house, they're doing work?
Yeah, no, the wall outside, if the wall is over 4 feet, it's gotta have
Yeah.
a permit, it's got
Yeah, it won't
an
be.
engineered design,
Oh.
I don't believe it'll be over 4 feet.
Yeah.
They didn't state that, but
yeah,
Also, so
You might
don't
wanna
need
give 'em a
building
hint.
permit, They need wetlands permission,
that's what they.
just so I understand, that's all.
Yeah, with a great pond, you gotta have permission for anything within 100 feet.
100 feet, and they're certainly within 100.
Yeah,
Yeah, how long has it been 100 feet? Cause I thought when I built it was 75 or something like that.
I believe it's
Geez,
been 100.
it's the only thing I ever remember is 100
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
from the water,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
okay, and,
And, we approved the annual non-removal of the docks at 4010 Mountain Road, which is a neighbor of Mike Coombs.
yeah, and we've gotta talk about that tonight and sign it.
Okay, so that's one we've approved before, no problem.
Yeah.
You guys approved that though, I heard. We did approve it.
Yes,
Yes. Yep. 141 Congamon Road, discussion on changing the order of conditions, particularly number 7 was the removal of the docks. And, I was the only one that was supporting that they remove them all.
Yeah.
I got defeated 5-1. I don't know if any reason to go into any big debate on that.
Well, I can tell you that the last thing that I have from, one of the things that, if you remember, we had questioned. Well, I'm not sure if it happened then or whether it was an email that I sent to the chief, but they could put a condition, and we're recommending that they put a condition in that gets reviewed annually. So if the ice damages, relocates them, whatever, it should be reviewed annually, and that should be in the order of conditions. And, Ken Albano, approved that. Town council approved that
Well,
and thought it was a good idea.
I don't, we approved the order of conditions last night, so whether we can modify them again or not, I'm not sure.
I think you could put that condition in, even if you had to go back and do it.
Okay.
But that's really important, because if it turns, if it's a mess after ice out,
Yep,
it's gotta be revisited.
yeah, okay.
Cause like we said, we don't have any way of assessing its, ability to withstand ice flows. And that's not up to us to do.
Yep. Okay,
Norm, as a side comment, you can pass along to Chris, I thought one thing was good out of the whole thing. He took the time to sit down and write something back at us to say
yes.
whether we agree or disagree,
right,
that's
Yeah.
fine. He only stood up and said, hey, we made a decision, here's where we're at, so we
Yeah.
all know what's
Yeah.
going on. That was a good move on
I
his
thought it
part.
was a good
Yeah.
move too. Yep,
Yep,
I agree. I actually wrote him a little private thing, commenting on that.
yeah,
I agree. That was very
Yeah,
thoughtful and classy of him.
yeah,
and that is the Concom update.
okay. Amen to that. Next is master plan update.
Yeah, in your package, you have what I said I would do, gave you the vision statement for the overall project. And I gave you chapter 1 action items for land use. I don't plan on discussing them, read them at your own pleasure if you decide to, you want,
Yeah,
okay? And I'll get next meeting, I'll have chapter 2,
okay,
which is housing, that will be there.
Good.
Just for your information.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So,
The only question I have
Yeah.
on his response about the chapter 91, if I go and get a chapter 91, I don't have to take my docks out. Is what he's
No.
saying. Yeah, that's what
No.
he's saying. 91.
No, no,
grant-
no, No, hang on. The chapter 91 license that he has allows him to leave up to 1,999 square feet of dock in the water. It's not that a chapter 91 license means you don't have to remove it. It's that the chapter 91 license he has allows him to leave docks in up to 1,999 square feet.
and Eric, the other thing is that I verified is that the Concom can add what they had in the order of conditions was correct. You can do that. And the decision that was made was based on the damage that would be done removing those manually, and the only way you could get those docks out would probably be with a crane,
That's right.
because you'd have to lift them up over the building.
Well, he does have to take some out because he's only allowed
Yes.
1,999 square feet.
And I don't know where he's gonna store those, because must be in the
And I don't
parking
know how
lot.
many that is, I mean, you can look at the plan and figure out how many that is. I don't know how many that is, but
Yeah,
his chapter 91 license permits up to 1,999 square feet to stay in the water.
Where did that number come from?
That's in his chapter 91 license.
right.
We have a copy of the chapter 91 license. And
Well, no, what it is it
How
has to
did they
be
come up with
less,
that number?
it has to be less than 2,000, hence 1999.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only, So, at any rate, yeah, I don't know what that relates to in terms of, total
I
area.
mean, it probably makes sense, Dick, you have the drawings.
Drawing,
Let's just take a
I'll
look
check
and
it.
see what he has to remove.
I can do that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Okay, Another one that's good
But
news.
but it is
Go
clear that he does have to remove some.
Yeah, and if we were to get chapter 91 licenses, applications for other docks, private docks, Concom can impose that they get removed.
Right.
And maybe we wanna look at a town bylaw for the future. You know,
Yeah, that's a long path, but yeah.
yeah. Now Turtle Cove docks, that's been on and it's finally gonna come off the list. That land is owned by Crestview. And Crestview was not aware that those were on there because they didn't put them there. They finally found out who did. It was, oh, not me, not me, not me. And everybody
Yeah.
over there said, not me. And finally, somebody came down a path while they were there. And so they got to ask, excuse me. Well, and you have a copy of it. It's, in the deed of one, it's on page, 16.
16.
And so it may not even be applicable anymore because those things have been handed down and were not carried over. However, it was the same as the ones like we have in North Pond, Middle Pond, and South Pond, where you have access to the water. You don't have rights to put a dock in. There are no rights to put a dock in. And it's a 10-foot wide path, or 8, I think that one's even 8 feet wide. So you can walk gently, and the new owner is not, he's gonna fight that because he says that's liability on my part.
Right.
So, but the docks are out, the boats are out, everything's out. So if anybody sees them go back in, let me know. There should be nothing in that cove anymore.
I think there's still a little old wooden dock in
Yeah,
there, right?
but it's up out of the water.
Okay.
Right. They dragged it out and they have to get that out because, Crestview, the property is sold.
They sold it?
Yeah. And the guy that's buying it doesn't want it. So they're telling the people, get it out.
Okay.
So I view that as solved. We'll take it off. If everybody agrees, I'll take it off.
Yeah, take it off.
Take it off there.
Okay.
Hey,
When
Dick,
we
you
get-
didn't forget CRC, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're not meeting anymore, but we have a couple of things going on. On November 7th, the Thunderbird hockey, we're getting discounted tickets for $20 and you don't have to be a CRC member. So
Okay.
that's on November 17th. So if you want
Okay.
tickets, go to the website.
Okay.
And then December 9th is our annual holiday party from 7 to 10:30. Cold Shot's gonna be playing, they're pretty good. And if you wanna get tickets, this will be advertised soon. And you can get them from me or from Sharon Jones, that's it.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, just don't forget us again.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you have a copy of Solitude's, annual report that I sent you. And what's interesting and not unexpected, because according, Ken Wagner was telling us about this, that, how we've had people say that they see Eurasian water milfoil. And if you look at the post treatment, in other words, where they just did the check a few weeks ago, there's quite a bit of milfoil back. And that's what they saw all over the place. It's nothing to do with Congamon. It was the weather. And apparently the cycle of hot, cold, did something to, kind of negate the effect of the treatment. So what they will do next year is they're also gonna map, which will come up later, but I'll tell you at the same time now, they're going to map the hydrilla, but they're gonna do it in 2. So we're gonna have to ask for more money because the hydrilla does not bloom in the same time frame that curly leaf pondweed, and it's later. So what they
Right.
have to do, and you can't wait to treat them both at once. You gotta look for one, look for the first two, treat them. Look for the last one, the hydrilla, then treat it.
So Dick, did you put that in the budget already?
It's when we do the budget, it will be in there,
Okay,
which is coming up late this month.
yeah,
And believe me, it'll be in there.
okay. Hey, someone called me and said they saw something on the middle pond. And it looked like the old hydraulic, rakes that used to cut the milfoil. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we're coming to that.
Okay,
That was Salt Pond, Deb.
That was South Pond.
oh, was it South Pond? Okay,
So, anyway, that's what we're doing. You can read that document at your leisure. But I thought it was pretty good. It's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, they do a really good.
They do a nice job, and I gave you the colored versions,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can see the maps.
Yeah.
And then the next one was just what you were talking about. What was that strange looking thing? That's the hydro rake. And that's what all that was about, getting rid of the beaver dams. And it was plural.
okay.
There was one that was visible. There was another one not far from that one. That was just under the water surface. And a third one that was lower yet. And they got all three out.
Great.
So it cost us $4,675. I just got the bill.
Really,
You,
Like,
would you be interested in CRC helping out with that?
That's a three-way, let's see. That's
Is it
a
already
two-way.
a three-way?
No, that's a two-way split. I think. Excuse me, I think it is a two-way. Let me look and see.
Okay,
I'll make a note. So two or three-way. Okay, I think that's a two-way split.
well, we might be interested in helping.
Yeah.
However,
I'm
it's
trying.
good, it's well worth the effort, because I'll tell you what, they were down there working for
Oh,
10
yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
A machine, 10 hours is a long time. You couldn't do that for multiple.
oh my
Sundays
God,
for
if
people.
you'd have an army down there, you couldn't do what that
Yeah, not
machine
even
did.
close.
Okay, and that permanent dock at 4010 Mountain Road, we do have that variance. We just have to vote on it. And all I need is a motion that we approve it. It's been approved before. It truly is permanent. I went and researched it. I looked back on Google Earth, and it's been there at least 20 years on Google Earth. And has never moved, because one of the things I could do on Google Earth is target it and then just see if it's not moving.
Okay.
It's kind of neat, you can bracket it and determine, no, it's still in the same place.
But that's already been approved by the conservation.
But we have to sign it. It's 3 signatures.
Oh, okay.
I have to sign it, and I'll sign it once we vote on it.
Okay,
So if there's no discussion on it, I'd entertain a motion from somebody that we
I'll
approve it.
make a motion to accept.
Okay, Mike,
I'll
Steve,
second it.
Norm. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Unanimous? Let me run down. Do my duty. All right, Norm,
Aye.
Mike Coombs,
Aye.
Mike DeBay,
Aye.
Dick Reynolds, aye. Deb Harret,
Aye.
Eric,
aye,
unanimous, affirmed. All right, that takes care of that.
You can sign that.
I can sign that, which I will do right now,
Okay.
and then I gotta take it to the chief. And he'll sign it. Okay, and, let's see, next. Next thing is our meetings from November to April. We normally go to one meeting. Obviously, we won't have a second one because it's Thanksgiving. but we do just the second Thursday of the month for November, December, January, February, and March. So what I was gonna propose, because you never know what the weather's gonna be, is that we do those strictly by Zoom rather than try and do hybrid, because if we book it for hybrid, we have to be here.
Hmm.
Whether it's snowing or not. And I don't know about anybody else, but I really don't, if it's lousy weather, I don't really feel like trucking. I'd be happy to chair the meeting, but from home.
That's fine with me.
Sounds good to me. I'll be in Florida, so I'm okay.
Yep.
Show up.
So need a
Make
motion,
a motion? I'll
Yes.
make a motion to accept.
okay? And
that
we'll
we
do
go
just
to,
Zoom,
Full blown Zoom.
yep, and that's Mike C.
Those 3 meetings, yeah.
And second is Norm. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Unanimous, let me run down the roll.
So hang on, it's which meetings? It's December, January, February, March?
And March, right,
4 meetings.
Four meetings. right,
And it's gonna be the second Tuesday each time.
yeah.
Correct.
Okay, good.
And we've been doing that now for quite a few years, where we just,
Yeah.
in those 4
Just
months,
checking.
yeah. All right, and generally speaking, we have a light load anyway, over those months. Now. Oh, let me affirm it. So Norm,
Aye.
Mike Coombs,
Aye.
Mike Bay,
Aye.
Dick Reynolds, aye. Deb Harris,
Aye.
Eric Muller.
Aye.
Okay. So that's affirmed. Now, before I forget, one thing is ethics training. Everybody's gotta do it. I've done mine, and Mike Coombs, and I have Malcolm's.
Yep.
I got yours.
I've done
You should
mine.
have
You
mine.
All right.
Dick, do you have mine?
No, I don't have yours.
Okay, because I was the first one to do it.
Okay, but I don't think you sent me one.
No,
A copy.
Michelle said she would send it to you.
Oh, that's all right. So, all right, all I gotta know is you did it. So Deb, Norm, Mike D, Mike C, Dick G,
Malcolm.
Malcolm. And
I believe Scotty did it, but I'm not sure. You'd have
I'm
to
not
check.
sure. I gotta check with the others. Okay, that's good.
Paul.
All right, I'll check with the others. Let's see, I had something else I wanted to go over. That I just thought of. Hold on a second. It's in the back. Oh, the holiday party is in there. It's December 15th at 4:30. Everybody's welcome to attend downstairs in the auditorium. So that's that. Let me just see what else I had here. Holiday
We
party.
don't need to bring anything, Dick?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes people bring desserts and stuff like that, but it's catered.
Okay. And we don't need to RSVP or anything.
No.
Yes.
They always have tons of food. Let me think, anything else that we had? Oh. One thing that I've been working with Doug Cameron, the Fishing and Boating Access Director, is retiring in end of June. And so I was talking to him the other day, and one of the things we've been trying to do is put a building in at South Ramp. And he's amenable to paying for that. And I've got a sort of design using the functionality of what's in the visitor center, but a scaled down version. So probably something like 12 by 18, 12 by 20 building. Kind of long and narrow. And where it would be climate controlled, so our computer and video, all that stuff doesn't get destroyed. They'll have a restroom in it just for the employees, just like visitor center. And we do have a sewer connection right there. So, we'll have town water, town sewer and everything that we need, and
Basically expand the shed thing that's there now.
and move, where we would build it would be the grassy area. Behind the porta potty.
Yeah.
And move that over to the other side.
Mhm.
The other thing that would allow us to do is to open up that entrance, so it's 2 lanes wide, because the building sits in the other lane right now.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot safer in and out.
Yep.
Sounds
So,
great.
anyway, I'm working on that. Anything else, anybody else?
Just a quick update, whatever happened with the, police boat shed?
Oh, we are,
Curiosity. question.
yeah, we are still working on that. The chief and Sergeant Fisk and myself met out there again. They have some homework to do to, Brad Fisk was going to make an updated plan that'll show a larger footprint for the building, because Doug suggested increasing it, I think, to like 20 feet wide. He says, so you can work on the boat inside the building. You know, which I think is pretty smart. And he's willing to give us the land. That would also give us a fenced-in area where we can keep all the buoys. And they'll be locked up. They won't be, kids push them into the lake. So that's progressing. And he's looking at money, grants and whatnot to pay for it.
Okay, and the boys have been pulled?
Buoys have all been pulled. Yeah. Anything else, anybody else?
I have, gonna test your memory, Dick.
Yeah.
Not this past summer, but the summer before. I believe it was in the summer. There was a meeting that started up around North Pond, but then ended up at 81 Point Grove Road to discuss the beaver hut and the moving of the docks.
Yeah.
And I believe Fish and Wildlife was represented there. And if they were, and you remember it, what was their opinion about removing the beaver dam?
Let me make a note. I'll have
Beaver
to-
Dam, you mean Beaver Hut, right?
Yeah, the lodge.
The lodge, yes.
Yeah, right, the Beaver Lodge, not the Beaver Dam, yeah.
Because there's a lot of. That came up that did come up at the meeting. And the discussion, or it came up on emails, not at the meeting, on emails.
Let me hit up Jason Stolars, because everybody that was there at that time is retired. But I'll hit up Jason.
Okay. And I think Dave McWilliams was there, and I haven't contacted him yet, but. We're trying to find somebody from Fish and Wildlife that says. It's a go, as far as they're concerned.
I mean, one of the things I'm sure you're aware, the Massachusetts, like a number of other states, have an overpopulation of beavers.
Oh, God, yeah.
So in general, they're happy to see removal, and one of the interesting things, right, in Massachusetts and Connecticut and a number of other states, it is illegal to relocate beavers.
Right.
Because basically you're just making
a problem somewhere else.
somebody else.
Right.
So, it's actually required that if you trap them, that you destroy them. It's they have to be euthanized if they're trapped. And so I suspect that Fishing and Boating Access would say, yes, go right ahead.
Oh, this would be fisheries and wildlife with fishing game, that part. I think that's what you want. Yeah.
I knew something with fish. I suspect that they would say go right ahead.
The other one I will approach too is the former commissioner, and I'll approach him too, because he's a good friend. He's out of that position now with the change in governor. But the new one, I was talking to Doug, and he says the new one it came out of Fish and Game. So he's, and he's really good, very pro.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will check out.
Okay.
Let me see what I can find out. Because like I said, all the ones that were there when we did that back then, they're all retired.
Yeah. Because as I said last meeting, I believe with the transition of the changes and on the Conservation Commission that they're more pro beaver than ever before.
Yes,
So I'm looking for some,
yeah,
I'll wait till the
Some-
beavers go and chew down their trees.
right, that's the way I feel about it. I'd almost like to put ribbons on them and say, here, go where the red ribbon is.
If they were only that trainable.
Right,
I have one question for Norm on the LPP with Suffield.
yes,
I know Doug Morgan said he's gonna take you with him.
yeah,
Have they come up with that? Obviously, the election's over.
yeah, did, the first selectman get reelected?
yes, he did.
Oh, okay,
by
Yeah.
a
yeah, so,
Tremendous landslide.
Oh, yeah, my God,
oh,
it was,
okay,
There was no Democrat.
yeah.
no,
It was on the agenda for me to pitch that to conservation,
Right.
but by the time we got to that, it was 9 o'clock. and I said, I'll
Everybody's
delay it till the
eyes
next
were-
meeting.
It's not going anywhere till next year anyhow, but still.
right,
Okay.
So-
Dick, you had a copy of this in our package to look at least you had the front page of it.
what I gave you was a copy of the sign,
Oh, that, well, it looks like this,
it's the same thing,
same thing.
just big.
Are you thinking you're gonna put it at the ramp?
Yeah, the signs, we've got one for the sign,
Oh, if you're gonna
signs
put
for
one
the
at the
ramp,
south ramp, don't put it on the ballards, cause
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
stick into the where the cars go through on it.
yeah,
I know when my son went through with his truck, he had to pull his mirrors in because both mirrors were hitting signs at the same time.
ah,
On it, you know, on the ballards, because it's a narrower ramp. But this ought to be going out with the dock permits and stuff.
yeah,
This-
I like
This
that
has got
idea,
some good information on it. And it's becoming a bigger issue now, we have another one, hydrilla coming in.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a thing for hydrilla with that,
With this,
Yeah,
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 I took one on, cause when I saw it over there, I said I hadn't seen these before. Had never even heard of hydrilla until a couple weeks before our last meeting, that's when I sent you an email on it.
yeah. What I can do is I can get those printed. We won't laminate them, we'll just print them on paper. Cause then, at least if we print them on paper and they throw them away, they will sink,
Yeah,
you know, if they laminate
yeah.
them,
yeah. you
They'll be there
have them
forever.
Floating around the lake,
yeah,
Hey, then we'll be able to pick them up.
reuse them.
yeah. Anything else, anybody?
Yeah, it's salt season again, salting the roads, so we're gonna keep an eye on that, Eric.
Yeah,
We, thus far, we haven't seen any evidence. I think it's because so much work, Dick spearheaded it, but so much work has been done over the years on, building these separators to all the infalls, that, there's almost none now that don't have separators. And I think that's basically what's keeping the salt down.
yeah,
So
Plus,
that takes care of salt,
Pardon?
so it filters the salt.
Yeah, basically anything like that. Because the salt you're worried about is not so much dissolved, it's more, chunks. And,
Right.
Yeah, those separators, separate out the chunks.
yeah,
Okay.
Eric, I thought you said you're gonna watch turbidity or trend it to see if it started changing, because that'd be the first sign.
well, you measure,
We measure conductivity. The first place
Yeah.
you'll see it is in conductivity.
yeah,
Without seeing anything. So,
that's,
But we'll
I
continue,
think-
right? Especially after the winter.
yeah.
yeah,
We look, we're not seeing anything. Like I said, I think the reason is just, and Ken agrees, the reason is probably just all the work that's been done to install all those separators. Dick,
Yeah.
how many infalls are left that don't have them?
yeah, Suffield has done, well, it would be the state because it's bordered by
Right.
Mountain Road is the biggest culprit, cause they use a ton of salt. I don't know whether does Suffield use salt in the inner roads or do they use sand? Anybody know?
I'm not here.
I think we
Oh,
were
yeah.
we were the first group to go all salt, weren't we? Because it was gonna be a cost savings, well, now it's more expensive, is what I
Yeah.
read.
Oh, yeah, there were some pretty heated
yeah.
emails during that whole,
Well, the one that drives you to it, believe it or not, is DEP. Of all, they are the ones that drove us to salt. Cause if you use sand, then you get thumped because you're putting particulate down. And they'd rather see salt than sand. Go figure. I do not follow that logic, sorry.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll change their mind since the salt price has gone up so much this year. So
It
Oh,
could be.
yeah,
That could be.
it's supposed to be a cost savings.
yeah, yeah. Alrighty, anybody else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, that's Norm. All in favor,
Aye.
seconds.
Second.
Mike D, all
Deb, second, but she didn't.
right,
Too slow.
all in favor,
Aye.
Aye.
opposed, abstained, unanimous, goodbye.